Hey there, are you a high school senior and you're applying for college and you want to figure out how to tip the scales in your favor so you get accepted into your dream colleges? Well, you have come to the right video. My name is Kristina of Ivy Lounge Test Prep. For the last 15 years, I've helped high schoolers all around the globe dramatically raise their SAT and ACT test scores, write compelling college application essays, and ultimately land spots at their dream colleges. Today, we are going to discuss something called demonstrated interest, specifically what it is, why it matters so much in your college applications, and how can use this to your advantage. So let's dive in. So what is demonstrated interest in college admissions? So in the college application process, showing demonstrated interest means that you go above and beyond to show the colleges you're applying to that you really, really like them and you want to attend their institution. So after all, let's say that you are a highly selective institution, and let's say that you only accept 5%, that's 1 in 20 of the applicants to your institution. Now, would you want to extend one of your coveted acceptance letters to one of the students who sure has the grades and the scores, but has no true desire to attend and has a gazillion other colleges competing for them? Or would you rather know that a given student would likely commit to you if you chose to accept them? So I know that if I were an admissions officer or admissions counselor at a top tier university, and if I were pulling my hair out trying to decide which one out of two outstanding candidates to accept, that I'd probably want the one that I could count on to A, attend if submitted, and B, fulfill a particular role on my campus once they attend. So after all, a college campus is kind of like a tapestry of interconnected people, interests, and activities, and I would want my institution's campus to be well-rounded. Note, that doesn't mean I necessarily want the students at my institution to be well-rounded, but what that does mean is I would want to create a campus, right, for my university that will have its star lacrosse players who win titles, and then have Oscar-level thespians for the drama department and Codathon hackers for the computer science department. It means that I am inviting different genres of superstars onto my campus so that all the teams, all the clubs, and all the departments can shine. And I'm more likely to be able to create a campus that well balanced if I know that I am accepting students who are likely to actually commit to my institution. Otherwise, if I'm sending a bunch of acceptances to lukewarm maybes at best, then it's hard for me to know which campus roles I can count on filling with the next set of freshmen that I'm letting into the school. Like I might end up with a class of only poli-sci majors and then no one to participate in biology labs. Does that make sense? So now that we understand why showing this thing called demonstrated interest can be a tiebreaker that opens doors to your dream school, the next obvious question is this. So how do I show demonstrated interest to a college I'm applying to? So there are some major ways you can show demonstrated interest, and there are some minor but still important ways, and I am going to go through all of them. Before I do, if you're new to my universe, my name is Kristina of Ivy Lounge Test Prep. Again, I help high schoolers all around the globe get into their dream colleges, first by raising SAT and ACT test scores, and then by writing very compelling and authentic to them college application essays. And I have a quick question for you before we continue, and that is this. Have you heard of this thing called demonstrated interest? If so, please let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to see what you already know, what you've heard about it. And if you haven't, let me know that too, because then I know that this video will give you a little bit more insight into something more you can do to take control of getting accepted to your dream school. And while you're at it, just go and hit those like and subscribe buttons. And then that way, each week when I post the latest video in SAT, ACT, or college application essay tips, tricks, hacks, and updates, you'll be the very first to know. Okay, so now let's talk about the major ways that you can indicate demonstrated interest to the universities on your college list. So the first thing, visit the campus if at all possible. The more time and effort that you show that you've done your research and think you are a match with, your dream school, the more believable you'll be when you write that Why College X essay. If at all possible, see if you can make a trip to your school that you really want to attend. So there's so much more than just the facts that matter. So when you step on foot to a campus and you actually get to chat with students or sit in on a class, then you'll get the vibe of the place, okay? And then make sure that you take notes on all your thoughts and feelings and any relevant details, any person that you spoke to. Make sure that you take notes of your thoughts and feelings about anything and everything on the visit, any relevant details that stood out to you, the names of any students or professors that you were able to talk to, or the classes that you may have shadowed. So the second thing, so in addition to visiting the campus, if at all possible, take a tour. So obviously, if you take time to actually travel to your dream school, it makes sense to sign up for whatever tour they may be offering. So the tour guides will not only give you a much fuller perspective of the campus and answer your questions, but also now the college has a record of the fact that you signed up and actually attended, right? So if you can't make an in-person tour, then you can also check the college's website because sometimes there are virtual tours. A lot of these started during the pandemic, but many schools still have them. So that might be a backup. But yes, number 2 is actually take a tour of the campus. So the third way that you can show demonstrated interest is go to an information session for your dream college or university. So if your dream college offers you an information session, which is basically where you get to hear from the institution's point of view all about them and what they offer and have the chance to ask questions, then attend it. So several colleges might even have some sessions like this pre-recorded online, and you can simply watch a video from the comfort of your own home. Now, if you're actually on the campus because you visited in person, attend one live. So basically, whatever you have access to and whatever is offered, do it. Okay, the fourth big way to show demonstrated interest is to talk to the college's rep. So if you're able to attend a college fair, or let's say if your dream school sends one of their regional representatives to your high school, then make the time to talk to the affiliate from the schools on your list. Make sure to introduce yourself and to get their name and contact information. And if they give you a little white piece of paper called an inquiry card and ask you to fill it out, even though it seems like it's a lot of things that you have to write down, do it and give it back to them. And that way they can remember you, like your name and the fact that they talked to you in City X. Even if you've done so much research on your dream school and you think you know everything there is to know about the campus, about its academics, please talk to whoever the real life human is and ask questions. So show your enthusiasm and your interest to this actual person who might be able to vouch for you later on down the admissions line. And then the fifth of the big demonstrated interest things that you can do is to sign up for an interview if your dream school offers one. So not every college will hold interviews with alums or with representatives from that school, but if your dream college does, then make sure to opt in. Remember, whenever there's something that seems like it's an optional task, you're going to look like you actually care if you put in the extra effort to actually do it, because not everyone does. So this is your way to stand out from the rest. So again, those are the big 5 ways you can show demonstrated interest, right? Visit the campus, take a tour, go to an info session, talk to the college's rep, and sign up for an interview if they offer it. But we also have other smaller micro ways that actually matter, and you would be creeped out to know what they are. So I am going to tell you. So these next 4 ways I'm about to share are often overlooked little action items that you can do, and they might seem really minor on, if you just take like one of them on an individual basis, but they can add up in your favor pretty quickly if you do them right. The sixth thing that you can do to demonstrate your interest in a college or university is visit the college's website. You know by now, like we have AI, we have like, unless you've been living under a rock recently, you know that basically everything we do like online can be tracked and measured, right? Right? So visiting a college's website is the same. A college will actually know like what pages you visited, how long you spent on the website. It's kind of scary, but you use it to your favor, okay? So make sure you actually start researching your dream schools and reading and exploring their sites. So not only will the admissions officer know that you're like actually interested, but guess what? Now you will actually have a clearer understanding of whether the school is really a good match for you or not, right? So it's a win-win. So now let's talk about the seventh way to show demonstrated interest and the second of the small but mighty ways. And that is, do you follow the school on social media? So this is the same premise as my last one of visiting the website, but basically if you do X or Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, or you're probably more on Instagram or TikTok, make sure that you follow your dream school's profiles and that you like and you comment on their posts and any of their tweets, okay? Also, make sure that your own social media profiles are clean, right? And that you don't have anything detrimental to your acceptance on them. So here's a little idea for you if you have not already thought of this, but one option might be that you do not use your full or your real name on your primary account. You know, the one that you actually like use with your friends. And then you create a separate totally rated G profile that uses your full name. Now that second, that G rated one, the one with your name, that wholesome profile is going to be the one that you use to like follow and like and engage with the college's content. Okay, so let's talk about the eighth thing, or the third seemingly overlooked way to show demonstrated interest, but that adds up super quickly. And that is, do you open up the emails that your dream college sends you? So I know this question makes it sound like Big Brother is watching, but that's because he is, right? Like we're in 2025. We are monitored across anything we do online. When a college sends out an email, the system that they use to send that, or that any business uses to send out a mass email, called an email service provider, it has stats. Like it will show you any user which emails they opened up, how soon after the email was sent did they open up the email. So yes, colleges have the ability to look at these things. And while maybe not every single one will, many do look at these stats. So if you want to show that you're truly interested, make sure you promptly open any and all emails that you get from your dream school. And if you're not getting emails from them, guess what? That means that you need to go sign up for their newsletter like ASAP on their website right now. So now the ninth way of showing demonstrated interest, and that is, that email that you just opened, right? From number 8. Did you click on the links in the email? So also super creepy is the fact that, said email service provider, like that sends out all the mass emails to everyone on the mailing list, it can actually track if you opened up the links in an email and like which ones you even opened up, okay? So if you get an email from Dream School X, then here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna promptly open it, and then you're gonna click on one of the links in the email. And that link will most likely take you probably to the school's website, which means that you just kind of did numbers 6, 8, and 9 all in one fell swoop. So that, my friends, is demonstrated interest for you. Now, granted, different colleges might give more weight or less weight to demonstrated interest, but there are many schools out there that will consider it, and it might give you a boost over a very similar applicant to you. So why risk it? Just do those 9 steps if you can, right? Also, did you notice a trend between all of the 9 ways that I just told you that you could indicate your interest to a school? They're kind of all the same things that you would need to do your own research to figure out if you'd even want to attend that school in the first place and if that school would even be a match for you. So truly, this is a win-win. This isn't just like another to do. Like this is helping you figure out if this in fact is the right fit school for you. So while showing demonstrated interest can tip the scales in your favor in certain situations, right, in which admissions officers are making very close calls between relatively equal prospective students, it's not going to take the place of like the biggies in your application, which is earning excellent grades, scoring high on the SAT or ACT, or writing killer college application essays. So if you need help with any of those aspects, you're in luck. I can help you. That's literally the air I breathe. So you can check out my website, ivyloungetestprep.com, and see if it's a fit. And if you're more at the beginning of all of this, say you're a sophomore or a junior and you just happen to stumble on this video, or you're a parent of a sophomore or junior, then I actually have a really awesome free resource for you. And that is, I have a free masterclass called Your Fail-Proof College Prep Plan. So check it out in the link below.